Hey there, dudes and dudettes. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and if you did, stick around because I'll show you how to play it right now. First thing you will need for this is just a normal guitar capo. This is a Shub guitar capo, but you can use one of the ones with the big clamps too if you want. I just kind of happened upon this capo, and it works pretty well for bass for capoing 4 or 3 strings. If you try to just capo 1 or 2 strings, it falls off. I think a banjo capo might work for that, but I haven't actually tried it yet. So anyways, I'm just capoing the 5th fret. I'm in standard tuning, just E, A, D, G, and then I'm capoing us up on the 5th fret, which is at the 4th. So now we are tuned A, D, G, C, which is tenor bass tuning, but I don't happen to have a tenor bass or have this strung up like one, so I'm just using a capo. Cheap and easy. And it's fun to use a capo because you have a smaller neck to work with, and it moves your open strings, obviously, but also your harmonics. So in the intro, which is where we'll start because it's the beginning, wait, before I get there, the PDF. There's a link down here that says download the PDF. Just click that link and you can get it for free and follow along. And the way I have it written out there is a little bit like idealized, like simplified, because I improvise a little bit inevitably. But I tried to keep it simpler in the notation. So that's there. So the intro, I'm using some harmonics, which would normally be on the 5th, 4th, and 3rd frets, respectively. But now, since we're capoed up 5 frets, you just add $5 to those numbers. So now it's the 10th fret, 9th fret, and 8th fret harmonics that I'm using to play that intro. Because the harmonics are always relative to the length of the string. So it's the same philosophy that you'd use to do artificial harmonics. So the first harmonic will be halfway up the string, which is an octave above your open string mark. So that's one of the cool things about capoing the bass, is the harmonics move around. So anyway, that intro, you've got it in the notation. But the right hand, just to talk about it a little, I'm using my thumb on the A string, which is actually your E string, but we're capoed, you will recall. And then I'm just plucking those chords with my 1st and 2nd finger. And for those little rakes down, I'm just going 1, 1, 1, 1 with my right hand. Index, index, index. So that's the intro, pretty straightforward there. And then we get into the verse. Now, this might sound and look complicated, but all you're using are thumps, plucks, hammer-ons, and pull-offs. There's no double thumbing or double plucking, so it's really not that fancy. It's just learning to leverage those open strings so that it sounds like you're doing cool stuff, even though you're just... If the open strings weren't there, it would just sound like... But instead... So the capo, combined with using a lot of open strings, creates a cool effect. Here's what the verse sounds like in slow motion, just so you can hear it. So you can kind of see that you're not actually having to do anything that fast because you're alternating between the thumps, the plucks, the hammer-ons, and the pull-offs. So you don't really have to do any really fast thumbs or plucks or fast fingering. Everything's kind of alternated so that the experience of playing it is actually pretty smooth and easy once you get used to it. So if you're on the beginning end of the bass spectrum, you'll probably just want to take the transcription as the written word on how this goes. If you're more advanced, you can start to add your own fills at the end of 1 bar, 2 bar, 4 bar phrases, however you want to do it, and just experiment around. And I'll talk you through what scales to use to make that sound good. In the verse, I'm basically just using an A minor scale. And all the open string notes fit within that scale. There's the minor 3rd, there's the minor 7th, there's the perfect 4th, there's the root. pretty dope with all those open strings going. So that's the A part. The B part is even easier. We're basically just playing an F major triad to a sort of funny little G suspended sound. It has a root on the G, the major third, and the perfect fourth, so it's kind of wobbles between that major feeling and that suspended feeling. And then I'm just doing a little pop and pull off with the sevenths of those chords, so F major 7 and G dominant 7. So if you want to improvise on that part, the best scale to use for the F major 7 is the Lydian scale. If you know your music theory, you'll probably know that you can often use a major scale on a major 7 chord. But in this case, since F is the 4 chord of C, which would be the relative major of A minor, which is the key we're in, Lydian is going to fit better because F major would have a B flat in it, which doesn't really fit with the overall sound, which is very tonal A minor-y kind of sound. So the B natural will fit better on the F major 7 chords. And then just a G mix Lydian. So scale-wise, this is really a simple tune, just F Lydian, G mix Lydian, A minor, which are all modes within the same key of A minor or C major. The last part that we haven't really talked about yet is that kind of altered, fancy version of the A section. Which obviously is a little more advanced. You're doing pull-offs with 2 strings at a time. It's a little bit more technically challenging. So I'm just going to say if you're a beginner, just play the normal A section for that part. And if you're more advanced, then you have the transcription and you can figure out how to make those 2-string pull-offs work. And that very end lick that I play after the drums drop out, I'm just doing some triplet tapping with power chords. So my right hand is moving between E, D, E, and G power chords, and my left hand is staying on an A power chord. And then I'm going like this: tap the E power chord, pull off to the A power chord, and then pull off to open strings. So you get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So once you have that, then just move your right hand around from E to D to E to G. And then I ended on an A minor add 9 chord. And then those harmonics, I'm just tapping at the 2-octave point, the 2-octave and the 5th, and the 3-octave point for those notes. So if you're not accustomed to artificial harmonics, don't worry about those for now. Cover it in another video. I don't want to load you guys with too much stuff. So however beginning or advanced you are, just do the version of this that you can if you want to. And if you like it, it's a good practice to have fun with the capo, to get used to using open strings and slap licks to make them sound fancier, and a little bit of harmonics schooling there as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had fun playing and recording this. I actually came up with this bass lick like probably 4 years ago, and I just kind of dug it up and polished it off and decided to make a lesson out of it. So it was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it and got something out of it. Please share this video with your friends if you liked it. If you didn't like it, share it with your enemies. Either way, sharing should be happening. If you did like it, please subscribe. I've got new free bass lessons coming out every week. And I do take requests if you want to leave them in the comments below. I don't get to them immediately because I can only make so many bass lessons at a time, but I do appreciate lesson requests and feedback. I'm available for bass lessons if you want to do one-on-one lessons either over Skype, or if you live in the Phoenix area, we can do them in person. But that's a lot of fun if you want some one-on-one guidance with your bass playing. And lastly, if you want to support me in continuing to make these excellent free lessons for everyone to enjoy, please check out my Patreon page. Patreon is a way that you can support my continued creation of free content for everyone to enjoy and get cool prizes for being a good Samaritan. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys next week. Peace out.